Hello friends, this is Dr. Hemchand Kothari from eResearch Academy. Friend, in this lecture we are going to discuss how to perform chi-square test. So friend, let's start. Chi-square test is a mostly used non-parametric test which is applied as test of independence, goodness of fit and a test of homogeneity. Graphically that we can present it as the test of independence, test of goodness of fit and test of homogeneity. So in this lecture we are going to discuss how to perform chi-square test of independence. As the name suggests, chi-square test of independence is a test that examines whether two categorical variables are independent or there is any association between them. Okay, so this explanation gives it a name, chi-square test of independence of two categorical variables. Okay, if we only state chi-square test of independence, it does not give more clarity about this test. But if we state as chi-square test of independence of two categorical variables, it gives more clarity about this test, as it is a test which is performed to examine the association between two categorical variables. Okay, if we talk about the categorical variable is a variable that contains certain categories or label in itself. Okay, so categorical variable contain itself as two variable. These are the nominal variable and ordinal variable. Okay, so ordinal and nominal both variables are known as the categorical variable because under both the variable, these are nominal and ordinal, there are certain categories. Okay, so if we talk about the nominal variable is a variable that describes certain characteristics or attributes of a particular variable. For example, the gender. Gender describes whether a particular person is male or female. Similarly, another can be the religion. Religion is the variable that contains four categories in itself. Okay, the first one is Hindu, second Muslim, third is Sikh, and fourth one is Christian. So these four are the category under the religion, and the religion describe about the four characteristics or four attributes of the human being. Okay, and similarly if we talk about the ordinal variable is a variable that describe about the response in any order, and we can assign some ranks to these order. So if any variable that is describing the ranks or mentioning the rank or containing certain ranks or containing responses in the form of any order, so this is known as the ordinal variable. Okay, but if we talk about the ordinal variables, it can be the satisfaction level of the respondent, okay, their salary level, their qualificational level. So these can be the example of the ordinal variables where the qualification, income or the satisfaction can be in any particular order, like lowest to highest one. Okay, for example, if any researcher includes residential status, religion, marital status or economic status in his or her study, these all variables contain some categories or the labels, hence are known as the categorical variables. Okay, so these categories in case of the residential status can be either the rural or the urban, or it can also be classified as city, town and village. So there can be three categories of the residential status. Okay, next, in case of religion, we can say respondent can be Hindu, Muslim, Sikh or Christian. There can be 4 categories under the one variable, that is the religion. Next example, in case of the marital status, we can say the respondent can be the married or unmarried, or there can be the C option, that is the divorcee. Okay. Next example, in case of the economic status, a respondent can be the rich, he can be the average one, or he can be the poor one. Okay, so there can be 3 categories as per his or her economic status. Okay. Now, if researcher wants to know whether 2 variables or the 2 categorical variables, these are residential status and economic status, are independent, or there exists any association between these two. Okay, so he or she will apply chi-square test of independence of 2 categorical variables. Okay. So friend, before working on the numerical part of the chi-square test of independence of the 2 categorical variable, we must understand the assumptions of the chi-square test. So the first assumption, that is the data must be selected randomly, and the second one is data must be categorical in a nature, means either it should be nominal or the ordinal. Number 3, there must be 2 independent categorical variables, because it is the test of association between the 2 independent categorical variables. Number 4th assumption is data distribution must be skewed, means it should not be normal. And 5th one is data must be violating the assumptions of equal variance or homogeneity. So these 5 are the basic assumptions while working with the chi-square test of independence. Other than the assumptions, there are certain restrictions of chi-square test. These are: individual cell count must be 5 or greater. Number 2, cell values between 0 to 5 should not be more than 20%. So these two are the restriction while calculating chi-square value in case of the chi-square test of independence of 2 categorical variables. So friends, let's understand the chi-square test of independence with the help of some numbers. Okay, here we are having a cross tabulation. This cross tabulation is also known as contingency table, right? And sometimes it is also known as bivariate table, because here are 2 variables. One is the residential status, another is the economic status. Okay, so in this table, one side, or we can say in the rows, there are the categories related to the residential status, and in columns there are categories of the economic status, and these categories are rich, average and poor. Okay, and this is the total from row wise and column wise. Okay, now you must be thinking from where these digits or numbers derived. Okay, so these numbers are derived from an example that I have just taken for the explanation of this chi-square test of independence of 2 categorical variable. So I will just carry you in an Excel sheet, okay, from where just I took these all data. You please be with me so that we can understand how these values just derived or displayed here.